Hello everybody, Jennifer Segari is here again, and I really hope that this video is getting to you before we actually get on the training, the webinar on advanced strategies for setting up your consultancy business. And I have to say thank you for all the emails that I've been getting so far already. And a lot of you been saying, well, congratulations on setting up your practice, 50,000 in consulting revenue per month. So the main question has actually been, how did you do it? Well, there's a misconception. Now, there's this belief out there that consulting is hard to sell because it's a high-ticket product, it's a high-end, high-priced product, and therefore people think that it must be hard to sell. Well, in my experience, that's the furthest from the truth. You see, the thing is, I've always found it to be one of the easiest things to sell, and that's because of a special way of looking at things. Now, whenever we're selling consulting or coaching or any form of help products, what we're doing in essence is we're selling information. And when it comes to information, and specifically the sales of information, what we're actually dealing with is a ladder of desire. Now, there are three categories of assistance that we can give, or the help that we can offer. And what we're talking about then is the ladder of desire. And there's three rungs, and the first rung is called do it for me. So imagine that you go to a gym and, you go to see your trainer says, oh, I see that you're 700 pounds overweight. So what I need you to do in order to end up looking like, Angelina Jolie, is I want you to go out and run 70 miles a day, do 50,000 push-ups every single day as well, and by the way, only eat lettuce for the rest of your life. This way, you're going to end up looking like Angelina Jolie. So you're thinking to yourself, well, that's great, but hang on, that's a lot of work. So your trainer says to you, I'll tell you what, I will do the push-ups for you, I will run for you, and I'll eat lettuce for the rest of my life as well. If you pay me 50,000 grand, you will end up looking like that person you're emanating. Pretty good deal. Now, I know it's unrealistic. I know you can't get somebody else to do the exercises for you, which is a shame in my opinion. But you do get the result, and somebody else has done it for you. So this is ladder number one, or rung number one of the ladder, called do it for me type of help. So that's the most desirable on the ladder of desire, do it for me. Then we come to the second rung, which is do it with me. And let me explain with another example. Say you want to learn how to drive. So what do? You get in the car, you grab the steering wheel, and you look down at the pedals, and you think, oh no, what am I going to do? I'm going to crash. Luckily, you have a wonderful driving instructor who gets into the car with you and grabs the wheel just in time before you crash into that busload full of nuns and flames everywhere. But the thing is, now you have somebody sat next to you, guiding you through the process, and that is do it with me. This is also a highly lucrative and very desirable form of consulting that we have as well. So he's literally right there helping you get the results that you want. And this really is one of the sweetest spots of consultancy, helping someone, guiding someone through their process to get the results that they want to achieve. Now, this is the sweetest spot. This really is the easiest form of consulting to sell because you're assisting someone through their process. So why is it that hardly anyone out there is selling it? It's the easiest, it should be the easiest to sell, but there's hardly anybody out there doing it. Instead, what they're all pretty much doing is rung number 3, which is, here's the manual. So let's say we have the same driving example. You get into a car and you're wanting to learn how to drive. And rung number 1 would be somebody driving you around, right? That would be to do it for me. So you don't have to learn to drive. Then we have rung number 2, which is do it with me. And that's your driving teacher who comes into the car with you and corrects you and guides you through the driving part. But if we look at rung number 3, which is here's the manual, that's not going to be much help, is it? You're sat in the car, you're panicking already because you've never driven, and then all of a sudden you have to steer. There's a car coming at you, and what do? You have to look it up in the manual. Not very effective. So why is it that nearly everyone is trying to sell you this? Go onto the internet and all you'll see is, buy my course, learn how to do this, learn how to do that. But there's no one actually taking you by the hand, guiding you through the process, or helping you by doing it for you. Now, this is why I think that consulting is easy to sell. So in my practice, what we do is we actually have a hybrid. We have a marriage of rung number 1 and 2 together. So I'll give you an example. I charge $32.50 per month per client, and most of that time I'm telling people what to do. And that's me really doing it with them. Because we'll talk through situations. For example, let's say that one of my clients isn't converting well. The sales letter just isn't working. The videos just aren't catchy. So what we'll do is we'll look at them together and I'll say, okay, well, tell you what, send them over to me and I'll go through them in further detail. And what I'll do is I'll tweak them, or maybe I'll script out a new letter for them or a new video for them. And that way we are collaboratively working on the process. I'm doing it with them, but I'm also doing it for them. Therefore, we've got this hybrid going, and it really is a wonderful sweet spot of consultancy. It's the easiest to sell because everybody wants results, and a lot of people want the freedom as well to be able to do it themselves, to learn how to do it in the future. So that's why doing it with them and for them together is an amazing place to offer your consultancy. Now, as I told you before, consultancy is a 100 billion a year industry in the US alone, and it's predicted to grow with at least 83% by the year 2018. So if currently you are metaphorically selling the manual in the form of ebooks or courses or what have you, if you have the ability and the skills to be able to assist people further, to consult with them, to assist them, to aid them, to achieve their goal faster than they'd be able to do by themselves, then you need to consider doing consulting. Because ultimately, people want the freedom to be able to do it themselves. And to have people guide them through the process is an amazing gift. And it's also an amazing opportunity for the people with the right skills. Now, of course, that begs the next question. What are the right skills that you need to have in order to become a consultant? Now, in my book, that's really easy to answer. You need to be the kind of person who can assist someone getting from point A to point B quicker and more efficiently than they'd be able to do so themselves. If that's the skills that you possess, then you are able to be a consultant. And if that's the skills that you possess, then you are really leaving money on the table by not going into consulting. So I really look forward to being able to show you how to get these clients and how to structure your business as well. And of course, I'll give you some examples of how I've structured my practice and how I've gotten my clients and how I managed to grow my revenue to $50,000 a month in pure consulting clients. But I wanted to take a little bit of time out today to show you how sweet consulting really can be and what it could mean for you in your life as well. So I really enjoyed making this video for you, and I look forward to seeing you in the webinar. Don't forget, we are overbooked, so get there early so that you can actually attend. Now, of course, I'm still going to send out some reminders, just before the webinar and on the day of the webinar as well, to make sure that you actually do attend. And I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.